Hello everyone, and welcome to a long overdue Q&A session. The muesli I am consuming today while answering your questions is made up of the following: rolled oats, semi-ground up flax seeds, a few chopped dried apricots, sunflower seeds, some crunchy spelt granola that flavor-wise really reminds me of the classic Kellogg's Topaz, soy yogurt, and cinnamon apples. For those, I had simply just cut up an apple into bite-sized pieces, added that to a small saucepan along with vanilla paste, salt, cinnamon, and lemon juice. I brought up the heat to medium and let everything simmer with the lid partially on top for 6 to 10 minutes. I also added like a splash of water to it at some point. And then I finished it all off with some more yogurt, more apples, blueberries, and maple syrup. We got my muesli, and we got your questions, and this is what this video concept is. How old are you? I am 22. How are you? I'm okay. I was a bit annoyed earlier because there was some construction workers outside that really wanted to be part of this video, so they're the reason I had to postpone filming this for a bit, which is why this muesli has now the consistency of overnight oats, which is fine. I'm cool with that. What are your favorite YouTubers? There's so many people on this platform that I love. Here's just a few. I've really been enjoying Nicole Raffi's videos lately. I think she makes some of the most creative sit-down vlog type content out there. I think she has a video called I Rate Your Dads. But she seems really cool. She's very well spoken. She's vegan. She also has some videos on confidence and positive self-talk that I wish I would have seen when I was a lot younger, so I will make sure to link to that down below. Last week I was in a very unproductive, slug-like state. One person that got me out of that was Unjaded Jade. She's great. She's a British study YouTuber, but she doesn't just make videos about studying in school, but also about self-development, and she talks about important social issues, and she just seems like such a genuine, nice person, and I would love to be a friend. Oh, also Damon Dominique. He's an American guy living in Paris, essentially making videos about living in Paris and the French language, but also about other stuff, like other languages he speaks and travel in general. He has this series called Red Wine Talks where he sits down with a friend and drinks red wine and talks about everything and anything, and super relaxing to watch. And I especially love his style of editing. He very much goes for the retro vintage style in his videos. And then I've also found myself watching Danny Gonzalez videos a lot lately, but you guys probably already know him. What are your travel plans for after quarantine? I don't have any exact plans yet. I don't think I'll be doing any traveling soon. But for next year, I was playing with the idea of going to France for a month to do like a language course there. A, because Europe is probably gonna be the only option, and B, one good thing that has come out of quarantine for me is that I started picking up French again. I don't think I ever genuinely was this excited to learn French. Downloaded my Duolingo. I am on 124 days. I started watching a couple episodes of The French Scum. That one's great. It has some beautiful people in it. Beautiful people. So I would watch that with either German or English subtitles and then rewatch an episode because only like 20 minutes. But with the French subtitles. I miss solo travel so much, and I think going to France would really just get me back out of my comfort zone. What's your relationship to body image and your body? Apart from one mental breakdown I had last week about my insecurities, I've been pretty good. Especially during quarantine, it has gotten a lot better because I had a lot of time to self-reflect and to look inwards and to practice positive self-talk and do all the cheesy things that are just so helpful. Oh, and another thing I found is that I've become more confident ever since I forced myself to be in front of the camera more. If you're struggling with body image issues or like a weird mindset towards food, I can highly recommend following Jamila Jamil on Instagram or to listen to her podcast for sure. She recently reposted a story of mine And I screamed. That also ties into the question, can you describe your relationship with food? My relationship with food has been amazing for these past few years. The relationship with my body, not so much, but like I said, it's gotten a lot better. I put my relationship with food at such a high priority. I try to catch myself when I have restrictive thoughts, which I still sometimes do, but I just try to be really kind to myself. Who are your favorite music artists? And someone else asked, who are your favorite German artists? I could talk about this forever, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. I like to listen to a lot of like bedroom indie pop and alternative rock, and then also quite a bit of hip hop. So that's sort of like the realm where I get my music from the most. Two Door Cinema Club might be my favorite band on the planet. I got to see them live in January, which, I'm so glad that I went to this. Cage the Elephant, The Wombats, Vampire Weekend. Had to mention Lana Del Rey. Last year I had a summer of only listening to Lana for I think 3 months straight. I really like Left Boy, or now his name is Ferdinand. He's an Austrian musician. I know a lot of his fans are like, they only like his old SoundCloud tunes, but I have to say I like his new album a lot, or his newest album. Also love Harry Styles, obviously, but unpopular opinion, I prefer his first album. What's your favorite yoga pose? The one where you look like a frog? It's not the frog pose. It's different. It's called, I think it's Tadasana. Is it Tadasana? Was it hard to find an affordable flat room in Berlin? Yes, but it's not impossible. Have apartment hunting be your main activity for at least a couple days. Make sure to be in Berlin while you're looking for the flat. There's some people trying to do interviews over Skype or Zoom. Don't do that, because people that are in the city are always preferred. I think it's also important that your application matches the ad, so don't just send one text out to everyone, but have them like adapt them a little bit depending on where you sent them. And if you get an interview, try to connect with the landlord or the person that you're renting from on a personal level, at least a little bit. Try to relate to them in a way. I think I only got the first place that I lived in because I am originally from the same area in Germany as my first landlord. So we could connect over that a little bit, both being from the middle of nowhere. And I think this place I only got because the landlord here is a big fan of Anna Akana, Myers-Briggs type. I have taken this test twice. There was a lot of years in between those two tests, and I got ENFP both times. Skincare. I love the wash from La Vera, but like the milky type. It's vegan and it's cruelty-free, and I've been using that one for years. And I think also my skin has just gotten so used to that. As a teen, I had pretty good skin, which I think is also because I didn't really hit puberty until I was like 18. But all of a sudden last year, I got terrible outbreaks everywhere. And it must have been some hormonal shift that was going on, maybe stress. But Atomis, my friend, you might know her, actually recommended me to do oat masks, which is basically just oats and water, and you leave it on your face for a while, you take it off, and you do that maybe once a week. When my skin was at its worst last year, I did such an oat mask every single day for a month, and it cleared up so well after that, and now I tend to do it like once a week-ish. Will you be making more TV, film-inspired recipes? I have to. These are seriously my favorite videos to make. I love them so much. They do take so much time. That's why I don't make them as often, because there's so much research that goes into these. There's a lot of planning because a lot of the recipes are a bit more out there, but it's so fun. The SpongeBob video is still one of my favorites to date on my channel. It is so underrated. What A-levels did you do? I did my A-levels in Bavaria, so German and math are compulsory, so you had to do those. For my language, I went for English, and then I did religion or ethics, purely just because it's easy and it's just remembering stuff. And then I was going to chemistry, and I was freaking out about that because I was really bad at chemistry. But then someone told me that we could also do art or music instead, because apparently that's also considered a science. If you go to a school in Bavaria, definitely make sure to check if that's also the same case for you, because I was so glad. And then I did an art exam and that was it. That's like a little bit of a life hack there. Would you ever travel to LA post-COVID? Love your channel. Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna. I had a plane booked there for April. March and April, right? I was gonna visit my friend Emily who lives there. So I went there in 2018 and I actually have a vlog about that as well somewhere on my channel. What's your favorite activity to do on a self-care kind of day? When I don't exercise for a while, I forget how good it feels after. So yeah, I do some sort of exercise or yoga, and then afterwards I would do some baking. And then I would take those baked goods and bring them to a friend and hang out with that friend. Guys, the muesli has come to an end, and so has this Q&A video. Thank you so much for watching. I am sorry for the lack of me eating in this video. I tried to do the eating and the talking, and I should have just watched some mukbangs in preparation for this. I hope this was still fine. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye! Ever since I met coffee, I fell in love. Ever since I met coffee, I just can't get it.